Bhairavi, also known as the fierce one. She is described as having a luminous complexion like 1,000 rising suns. She wears silken red clothes and a garland of again severed heads. She has 4 arms. In 2 of her hands she holds a rosary and a book. And with the other 2 hands she makes the gestures of assurance, of conferring boons. She has 3 eyes that resemble large lotuses. On her forehead is the half moon, and on her head a jewelled crown. She smiles. She is brilliant like the rising sun. One way to introduce Bhairavi would be to quote a hymn in praise of her from the Sharada Tilaka, which is a poem attributed to Lakshmana Deshikendra, a guru of the 10th century Kashmir philosopher Abhinavagupta. It says, "You are so subtle that the gods cannot describe you. You are the source of the world and have no beginning. You have 3 eyes, a beautiful face, and 4 hands in which you hold a book and a rosary, with which you make the signs of boons and favours. You are the source of speech, of everything graceful, the source of the universe itself. You wear the moon as a crest in your hair and have a white complexion like the autumn moon. You hold a jar of Amrita, immortal nectar, and make the gesture of teaching. When Shiva and Vishnu are worshipped, you are there to be worshipped as well. You are also Brahma because speech abides in you. You are the nature of consciousness. You control the vital air, and by granting yogic powers, you defeat the 6 kinds of passion: lust, greed, delusion, intoxication, jealousy, and anger. Shiva, having obtained half of your body in his Ardhanarishwara, half man, half woman form, was then empowered to create the world. The world cannot be created without you. After worshipping you, the wives of the Siddhas become red-eyed because of drinking so much wine. They sing your names along with the Kinnaras, who are the heavenly beings. We worship you, who as the coiled serpent Kundalini goes to the city of Shiva. After passing along the Shushumna Nadi, the central channel on the spinal cord, making all the lotuses bloom. We worship you, who are bathed with a flow of nectar. You are the source of all Vedas. Your form is consciousness itself. You are the creator of the world in the form of sound and meaning. You maintain the world by your power as the sun, and you dissolve the world in your form as fire. Narayani, Gauri, and Saraswati are also your names." However, at the close of the hymn from the Sharada Tilaka, Bhairavi's distractive aspect is described. The form in which she dissolves the world. As the universe ending fire, she resembles Shiva in his form as the destroyer. Bhairavi can probably be considered as a female version of Shiva in his destructive form as Kala Bhairava, in which he punishes people both living and dead. Kala Bhairava is closely associated with Yama, the Lord of Death, who lives in the south, and says this is why Shiva is also known as Dakshina Murti, whose form faces southward. Kala Bhairava's consort is Tripura Sundari, who is constantly occupied with destroying the 3 worlds. Hence her name, she who is beautiful in the 3 worlds. Tripura Sundari also is known as Tripura Bhairavi. Tripura Bhairavi arises and becomes present when the body declines and decays, which is a natural, irresistible force. She is evident in self-destructive habits such as eating tamasic food. She is present when energy is lost and males become weak. Anger, jealousy, and other emotions strengthen Bhairavi's presence in the world. Righteous behavior makes her weaker.